So, hello everyone. We are in another class with Brian Bustos. So, we are going to talk about today about pronunciation, and we are with Denny.
Hi, I'm Johnny. How are you doing, Brian?
Hi, Danny. Good, thanks. Thanks for the link.
Okay, so today we want to work on pronunciation. So I have prepared like a text from a page from a
Okay.
website. I'll do some exercises. Okay,
All right.
so I will share my screen, right?
Okay. Sounds good.
Let me try. Can you see it?
Yes.
Okay, so let's start. So this is the test that we have. It's called the boarded window, if I'm not mistaken.
Awesome. Correct.
Okay, so we're going to read. Okay, so Nick, we're going to read one by one. Okay,
Okay, perfect.
All right.
so if you want, you start, please.
Okay. In 1830, only a few miles away from what is now the great city of Cincinnati,
That's Cincinnati.
Cincinnati, Ohio, lay a hook and almost endless forest.
Good. That would be just at the beginning. Miles. A few miles.
Miles. Okay, thank you.
But good. Good.
Okay, so awesome. So as we read, I want you to correct us. So please, Brian, if you
All right.
a
Oh,
mistake.
as we read. Okay. So I won't wait till the end. Right away.
Okay,
Okay.
so now the area had a few settlements established by people of the frontier. Many of
Good.
them had already left the area for settlement further to the west.
Settlements. Good.
Settlement?
Settlements. That's right.
Okay. But among those remaining was a man who had been one of the first to arrive there.
Good.
So he lived alone in a house of land surrounded on
Surrounded.
surrounded. Okay, thank you.
Surrounded. Surrounded.
Surrounded, surrounded,
Surrounded. Surrounded.
surrounded
Good. Surrounded.
on all sides by this great forest. He seemed a part of the darkness and silence of the forest,
Hmm.
for no one had ever known him to smile or speak an unnecessary word.
Word.
His simple needs were complete by selling or trading the skink or wild animals in the town.
Good. Supplied.
So
Supply
supplied.
and skins. Trading the skins.
Okay, treating the
Skin.
skins.
Trading the skins. Good. Of the wild animals.
Thank you.
Okay. His little log house had a single door. Directly opposite?
Opposite.
Opposite. Okay. Directly
Opposite.
opposite was a window. The window was boarded up. No one could remember a time when it was not.
Could.
And no
Could.
one knew
Could.
could.
No one could.
Okay, no one could remember a time when it was not.
Good.
And no one knew why it had been closed.
Mm-hmm.
I imagine there are few people living today who ever knew the secret of the
Secret.
window.
Good.
But as you shall see,
Shall.
shall
Shall see. Good.
shall see. Okay, thank you.
Okay. The man's name was said to be Murloc. He appeared to the 70 years old,
Appeared.
appeared,
Appeared.
appeared,
He appeared. Nice.
so appeared
Appeared. And I think that was
to,
the man's name was said. Said to be Murloc. Said.
was said to be Murloc.
Great.
He appeared to be severely years old. 70.
70. Good.
70
Yeah.
years old, but he was really 50 something. Filthy. He's filthy. Yes?
50. 50.
50. Okay, 50 something other than years have had been the cause of his
Cause.
Cause.
aging, cause,
Aging. Aging.
aging, aging. Okay,
Aging. Good.
aging.
What is that word aging? I don't know what does
Aging
it
is
mean.
basically as you grow in years, so you gain years. You
Okay.
become older. Older. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Let's continue. His hair and long, full beard were white. His gray, lifeless eyes were
Sunken.
sunken. Okay.
Nice.
His face was wrinkled, right?
Good.
He
Excellent.
was he was tall and thin, with dropping shoulders, like someone with
Droop.
many
Yeah.
problems.
Good. Drooping. Drooping.
Drooping,
Drooping shoulders. Good.
drooping. Thank you.
Nice.
I never saw him. Those details I limit
Learned.
learned
Good.
learned from my grandfather. He told me the man's story when I was a boy. He had known him when living nearby in that early day.
Nice. Just he had known,
He had known when he
and nearby, living nearby, nearby,
okay nearby in
nearby.
nearby. Okay, thank you.
Excellent. Nearby. Good.
Okay, so one day Marlock was found in his cabin, dead. It
Oh
was
well.
not a time and place for medical examiners and newspapers. I suppose it was agreed that he had died from natural causes, or I should have been told and should remember.
Nice.
I know only that the body was buried near the cabin.
Buried.
Cabin. Buried.
Buried cabin. Good.
Buried near the cabin.
Nice.
Next to the burial place of his
Burial.
wife. Burial.
Oh, burial.
Burial place of his wife.
Good.
She had died so many years before him that local tradition noted very little of her existence.
Excellent.
That closes the final part of this true story, except for the incident that followed many years later with a fearless spirit. Fearless, right?
Fearless. Excellent.
Okay, spirit. I went to the place and got close enough to the
Ruined.
cabin, ruined,
Ruined.
ru-
Ruined.
Ruined.
ruined,
Ruined. Good.
ruined cabin to throw a stone against it. I ran away to avoid the gust, which every well-informed the area knew haunted the spot.
Good. Ghost.
Gust, ghost,
Ghost. Ghost.
ghost.
Yep. Nice.
But
That
there is an earlier part to this story
story.
supplied by my grandfather.
Mm. Oh, wow.
Okay, when Murloc built his cabin, he was young, strong, and full of hope. He began the hard work of creating a farm. He kept a gun, a rifle for hunting to support himself.
Oh, good. Just hope and rifle. Hope, rifle.
Hope rifle.
Good. Just those. Nice.
Okay. He had married a young woman,
Young.
in always worthy of his honest love and loyalty,
Lo- loyalty.
loyalty,
Those are tough. Yeah. Worthy, honest, loyalty.
worthy of his honest love,
Loyalty.
loyalty.
Good.
She shared the danger of life with the willing spirit and a
Light heart.
light heart.
Nice.
There is no known There is no known record of her name or details about her. They loved
Record.
record
Rec- record.
is no known record of her name or details about her. They
Nice.
loved each other and were happy.
Hmm.
One day Murloc returned from hunting in a deep part of the forest. He found his wife sick with fever and
Fever.
confusion. Fever,
Fever.
with fever and confusion. There
Nice.
was no doctor or neighbor within miles.
Oh wow.
She, she was in a condition to be left alone while he went to find help. So Murloc tried to take care of his wife and return her to good health.
Nice.
But at the end of the
Third.
third
Third.
but at the end of the third day she fell into unconsciousness and died.
Oh, getting intense.
From what we know about a man like Murloc, we may try to imagine some of the details of the story told by my grandfather.
Nice.
When he was sure she was dead, Murloc had sense enough to remember that the dead must be prepared for burial.
Awesome.
He made a mistake now and again while performing this special duty.
Yup. Duty.
Duty?
Duty.
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 Okay, duty. He did certain things wrong, and others which he did correctly, were done over and over again.
Hmm.
He was surprised that he didn't cry. Surprised and a little what is the pronounce of that?
Oh, good, good. Yeah, you almost had it. Ashamed. Ashamed.
Ashamed. Okay, ashamed.
Ashamed.
Certainly, it is
Yep.
unkind not to cry for the dead.
Hmm.
Tomorrow, he said
Out loud.
out loud, okay, I shall have to make the coffin
Good.
and dig the grave, and then I shall miss her when she's no longer inside. But now she's dead, of course, but it is all right. I must be all right somehow. Things cannot be as bad as they seem.
Awesome.
He stood over the body of his wife in the disappearing light. He fixed the hair and made fishing to the
Touches.
touches
Yep.
to the rest. He did all of this without thinking but with care, and still through his mind ran and feeling that all was right, that he should have her again as before, and everything would be explained.
Good. Again, as before. Again, and explained.
Explained. Okay.
Yep. Again. Yep.
Okay, Murloc had no experience in deep sadness. His heart could not contain it all. His imagination could not understand it. He did not know he was so heart-struck. That knowledge would come later and never leave.
Knowledge. Knowledge.
Knowledge,
Knowledge.
knowledge.
Awesome. Knowledge.
Deep, sad, sadness is an artist of power that affects people in different ways. To one, it comes like the stroke of an arrow, shocking all the emotions to sharper life.
Good.
To
Shocking.
shocking,
Shocking. All
shocking all the emotion to sharper life. To another,
nice.
it comes as the blow of a crossing strike. We may
Crushing.
believe
Crushing.
crashing,
Crushing strike.
crashing strike.
Nice.
We may believe Murloc to have been affected than that away.
That way. Yep.
that way.
Soon after he had finished his work, he sank into a chair by the side of the table upon which the body lay. He noted how white his wife's face looked in the deepening darkness. He laid his arms upon the table's edge and dropped his face into them, tearless and very sleepy.
Nice.
At the moment alone, a screaming sound came in through throat
Through.
in a
Through.
through the open window. It was like the cry of a lost child in the far deep of the dark darkening forest.
Nice.
Darkening forest. But the
Excellent.
man did not move. He heard he heard
Heard. Heard.
heard
Heard. He heard.
he heard that unearthly cry
Unearthly.
unearthly
Yep.
cry upon his failing sense. Again and nearer than before. Maybe it was a wild animal, or maybe it was a dream, for Murloc was asleep.
Some hours later, he awoke, right?
Good. Yep.
Lifted,
Lifted.
lifted his head from his arms and listened closely.
Excellent.
He knew not why. There, in the black darkness by the side of the body, he remembered everything without a shock. He strained
Mhm.
his eyes to see he knew not what.
Wow. Nice.
His senses were all alert. His breath was suspended.
Breath.
Breath. His breath was suspended. His blood was still as if to assist the silence.
Yep. Was still. Was still. Blood was still.
Was was still. Oh
Good.
yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Was
It's always
still
tough. Two
as
S's. Yeah. Was still.
was still as if to assist the silence.
Hmm.
Who what had awakened him and where was it?
Wow.
Suddenly the table shook under his arm. At the
Shook.
same shock,
Shook. Shook.
shock,
Shook. Shook.
shock,
Shook. More of an O. Shook. Ook.
shock,
Ook.
shock,
Shook. Yeah.
shock.
Kind of shook. Awesome.
Suddenly the table shook under his arm. At the same time he heard or imagined he heard a light soft step and then another. The sounds were as bare feet walking upon the floor.
Wow.
He was afraid beyond the power to cry out or move. He waited there in darkness through what seemed like
Seemed.
seemed
Yep.
seemed like centuries of such fear as one may know, but yet live to tell.
Hmm.
He tried but failed to speak the dead woman's name.
Failed.
Failed,
Failed. Yep.
failed to speak the dead woman's name. He
Uh,
tried but failed to stretch his hand across the table to learn if she was there.
just stretch.
Stretch, stretch
Stretch.
his hand across the table to learn if she was there.
Good.
His throat was powerless. His arms and hands were like
Lead.
lead.
Lead. Yep.
Okay.
Then must rightful
Good.
rightful happened. It seemed as if a heavy body was thrown against the table with a force that pushed against his chest.
Yep. Thrown.
Tell me,
Thrown against. Thrown.
thrown,
One syllable. Yep.
thrown against.
Nice.
the table with a force that pushed against his chest. At the same time, he heard the fall of something upon the floor. It was so violent, a crash that the whole house shook. A
Nice.
fight followed, and for confusion of sound impossible to describe.
Morlock had risen to his feet.
Oh,
Extreme fear had caused
caused.
him caused him to lose control of his sense. He threw he threw
Through.
he
Yep.
threw
See. Yep.
his hands upon the table. Nothing was there.
There is a point at which fear may turn to insanity, and insanity incites to action, with
Wow.
no defined, definite,
Definite.
definite,
Definite.
with no definite plan, and acting like a madman. Burlock ran quickly to the wall. He seized,
Nice. Awesome. Seized.
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 Okay, his loaded rifle, and
Good.
without aim, fired. Tell me,
Loaded. His loaded rifle.
loaded rifle.
Nice.
Thank you.
Yep.
Okay. The flash from the rifle lit the room with a clear brightness.
Hmm.
Okay. He saw a hook-piercing panther dragging the dead woman toward the window.
Well, it was tough. That was sorry, what was it? He saw a huge, fierce panther. Huge, fierce panther dragging huge, fierce.
Okay, huge, fierce,
Fierce. Fierce. Good.
fierce,
Fierce.
panther,
Panther.
panther,
Panther dragging. Yep.
fierce
Huge.
panther, drawing the dead woman toward the window,
Dragging. Dragging.
drawing,
Dragging. Dragging.
dragging, dragging,
Good.
dragging, dragging,
Nice.
dragging
Gee.
the dead woman toward the window. The wild
Hmm.
animal's teeth were fixed on her throat,
Fixed. Fixed. One syllable.
fixed,
Nice.
fixed on her throat, then
Throat.
throat,
Throat.
throat,
Throat. Throat.
throat,
Nice.
throat. Then there was darkness blanket that before and silence.
Blacker. Blacker.
Blacker, yes, excuse me.
Yep.
Blacker.
When he returned to consciousness, the sun was high and the forest was filled with the sound of singing birds. The body lay near the window where the animal had left. It went
Frightened.
away, frightened,
Frightened. Yep.
frightened, when frightened away by the light and sound of the river.
Nice.
The clothing was ruined,
Ruined. Ruined.
ruined, ruined, ruined,
Good. Ruined. Ruined.
ruined,
Yep.
ruined. The long hair was in disorder. The arms and legs lay in
Careless.
careless way,
Hmm.
and a pool of blood flowed
Yep.
from the horribly torn throat.
Awesome.
The robin,
Ribbon.
the ribbon
Yep.
he had used to tie the words was broken. The hands
Wrists.
were
Wrists.
wrist,
Yep.
wrists, wrists,
Wrists.
wrists
Yep. Awesome.
was broken. The hand were tightly,
Tightly. Tightly.
tightly closed.
And between the teeth was a piece of the animal's ear.
Hmm.
That was a good story.
Awesome. The boarded window.
Okay, Brian. Brian, do you have some advice for us? Any advice?
Oh no, in general, I must say, I think, say over 90% correct and clear pronunciation from both of you, Danny and sorry, what's your other name?
Nicholas.
Nicholas.
Nicolas, right? Nicolas and Nicolas, both of you, very clear and clear and full pronunciation, over 90%. I would say maybe just one or two words per sentence, mostly having to do with R's, maybe silent L's and T's. For example, ruined. And G's as well. Aging, mm, shook. Those sorts of H's as well. But general, very good pronunciation, very clear.
Okay, so we have to work on that.
Yeah, I would say those like tricky words with G's, R's, L's, H's, and mostly the th, the, the. For example,
Okay.
the earth. The earth is different from the bus. The bus, since they're pronounced a bit differently. If there's for example, a vowel at the beginning of the second word, and after that, no, I think very good. What else? Yeah, I think I would just say some words. They're obviously a bit more tricky since you can't pronounce them directly as you would obviously in Spanish or other languages. But it's just about a bit of memorization, but also good logic, as I see. I think you guys put into this.
Okay. Thank
Okay.
you.
Yep.
Okay, so
For example,
now.
yeah, yep. The other one, sorry, I just forgot the L's, like that one right there, wrinkled, wrinkled, things like
Wrinkle.
Yeah, I got it. This word.
horrible. Yep, good.
Wrinkle.
Yep,
Wrinkle.
explained, wrinkled, all that. EDs, but I think that's good. You guys have the EDs.
Okay.
All right.
We will work on that. Okay. Now I've got like a game,
Oh, nice.
so we need to like match the pairs.
Okay.
So this is by listening. So Nikki, you want to start?
Yes, if you want.
All right.
So let's start with this. What's the word? Nikki?
Listen. Um,
Do you hear the first one? Do you hear the first one?
yes, was listen. Listen.
Well, that was an easy one, perhaps.
Wings, something like that.
Ah, okay. But I can't hear you.
Wasn't it right next to it? Oh, okay.
They're similar, but I don't know. Okay, got it.
Hmm.
Wing. Okay, is this one right? You did this? Right. Okay.
Nice.
Wings. No, that sounds similar, but I don't know.
Hmm.
When. Mm, whip. Okay, that's with an S. No, they're different. I don't know. Wings. Okay, I got it. With it. I don't know.
Yeah, I think I can hear it now. It's wigs, plural.
With it. I don't know.
Yeah, I think I can hear it now. It's wings.
Oh, this is with an S. Wick. Oh, this is with an S. I didn't hear this. Whipped.
Hmm.
Oh, okay, I got it. Wick. Do you guys remember where is that?
No, can't quite hear.
Ooh, whips. Okay.
There we go.
Great.
With an S.
With an S, right? So
Oh yeah. There we go.
okay, we got it. We have
Nice.
other two,
Oh,
but I think that it's a little struggling to to make this by hangouts. I don't know. What do you think?
um, sorry, what was that? For the for this one? Listen to the pair. Mimi,
That's
see,
right. So
she,
we're going to see the words first.
Okay.
Okay,
We, we
we've
treat
got
me, feet,
B,
key.
me, Ichi, we, three, me. Okay. Do
Good.
you
You guys got it.
do you see it, Nisi?
No.
Okay. So the first one, T. I didn't hear this one. We. Okay. Oh, they are different.
There's tree.
T. Oh, it's not. Oh, it's not. Oh no, they are different.
I think that one's B. Can't hear.
Which one?
Maybe the first one. The first one. Oh no, yeah, I can't. It's kind of hard to hear, but I think
Yes. He.
yeah.
This is he. Okay, right. So no. Oh, T. Okay, I got the first one.
Nice. That's trick.
It's key. Oh, well,
Nice.
me. We having hard hair Dutch, right?
Oh no, yeah, me.
Okay. Free. B. We already have that, right?
Oh yeah,
But I
B.
missed it. B. Uh, oh no. Key. E. Oh, E. Free. No. Shit.
She.
Wait. Okay, we're done.
Nice.
Okay, so I think that we're done with this.
Yep, that's a good game.
Yes, I think so. Okay, so Brian, do you have other thing to tell us?
Oh no, I think you guys are quite fluent. I think the next step would be good. Would to be perhaps to do some sort of role play scenes, maybe in the in class, sorry, on site classes. Maybe practice scripts, and after you read them, memorize them and take the role. Maybe, no, I'm not sure, but maybe of a doctor or a call center rep, a police officer, something like that. That way you start to memorize vocabulary and pronunciation as we were practicing into your dialogue. I think I would say mostly that because I think in general, reading isn't a problem, pronunciation while reading isn't a problem, comprehension isn't, listening in general, of course, it isn't. Writing, I think in general, you guys write well, good sentence structure. So I think the next thing would be just conversation. Start to just full on conversation, role play, um, vocabulary, and start to just memorize, but not even memorize, just think the words and not even think them. Just start speaking as I am. For example, when you guys speak in Spanish.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay, so
And
Brian, thank you so much for helping
no
us.
problem.
I really
Awesome.
appreciate it.
Thank you so much,
Okay,
Brian.
so we'll see.
I'll see you next time.
Awesome. So take care, and if anything, I'll try to go this Saturday.
Okay,
Okay.
Thank you.
thank you so much.
Okay. Bye bye. Take care.
Bye
See
bye.
you.
Thank you.
Bye.